NFL wildcard weekend, we got to talk about it. We starting off the games on wildcard weekend with my Carolina Panthers. Now, listen, a lot of people have been talking. NFC South shouldn't get any teams in. It's not fair. These divisions don't win games. I don't want to hear it. Three teams, 8-9. It don't matter. We won the tiebreaker. The Panthers in the playoffs. We hosting a playoff game. And you know what? The Los Angeles Rams got to come to Charlotte, North Carolina. But it's cool. They already came to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we already beat the Rams. So it's nothing to do it again. We got the Rams and the Panthers kicking off wild card weekend. Listen, Puka Nacua is going to get off. We know he's going to have 7, 8, 9 catches. Devontae Adams is going to be tough to slow down. What I really need to see is Bryce Young making the solid reads and making plays on third down. That's what it's going to come to. The play calling from Dave Canales and the execution from the team on third down plays against the Rams. What can we do on third down to ensure that we keep drives alive and we can't settle for field goals? Historically, I feel like the Panthers settle for field goals a lot. It's an identity of the team. We had John Casey, who, if you're a Panthers fan, for years, John Casey was our guy. We had Shane Graham, and it was pretty cool because there's a South Graham Street in Charlotte, S. Graham, and, Shane Graham was the kicker. We got to score touchdowns. We got to get Rico Dowdle in the box or Chuba Hubbard. We got a great young receiver in Tat McMillan. I think he's going to step up. We need Xavier Legette to catch the ball. Catch the ball, dog. Catch the ball, dog. We need Xavier Legette to step up. Hopefully he does. If I got to make a pick, you know who I'm picking. I got the Panthers knocking off the Rams in the first round of the playoffs. Hey, let's get it. Keep pounding. Let's go. Panthers winning this weekend. Next up, we got the Packers taking on the Bears. Now, these teams are division foes. They've already played twice this season, as divisional opponents do. They split those games. I like the Bears right now. I like what I see from Caleb Williams. The comeback wins, the calm under pressure. They got weapons in Luther Burden, who, if you go back to our video talking about the NFL draft, I talked about Luther Burden coming out of Missouri and what I felt like he was going to be able to do in the league. And I think that was a huge pickup. Rome Odunze, who hasn't been healthy here as of lately, but is a huge big play receiver. DeAndre Swift has been making plays. And this Bears defense is solid. With the injuries that the Packers have been going through, I know Josh Jacobs has been out a couple games. Jordan Love went down with an injury. I just think the Bears have been more consistent. They got home field advantage at Soldier Field. I think the Bears are hungry. I think they wanted more. Shout out my guy Rob Jones. We're gonna bear down. I'm going with the Bears to knock off the Packers. Moving right along to Sunday, the Bills and the Jaguars. Josh Allen has had a phenomenal season. James Cook has been chasing down Saquon Barkley, trying to get that rushing title. They haven't got the production they wanted out of Keon Coleman, but they got the tight ends in Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, who have been stepping up. The Bills' defense has been shaky. I would love to see what they're going to do in a matchup against Trevor Lawrence and ETN, who have been playing well offensively. It's going to be tough going in to Duval and getting a win. But you know what? My wife is a Bills fan. I think this is a great opportunity for the Bills with their foe in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs, being out of the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes being down and being a down year. This is the best opportunity the Bills have. They're going to have to run into the Patriots. We'll get into that in a minute. But this is the best opportunity they have to try to get their ring. Will they do it? I don't know. But they got to get this win on Sunday. I got the Bills knocking off the Jaguars. 49ers, Eagles, the 4:30 spot on Sunday. Christian McCaffrey is the do-it-all guy. He's put the team on his back. When Brock Purdy wasn't healthy, we saw Mac Jones lead this team to some success. Kittle has been out some as well, so they've dealt with injuries. I saw this post on Instagram the other day, and it talked about like the electromagnetic frequencies at Levi Stadium at their practice field and how it's weakened. I had to put a a clip up here, but how it's weakened um, the cartilage and just you know it's what's causing the injuries apparently, or there's a theory that it could be causing some of the injuries because they've had a significant number of ACL tears, Achilles tears in comparison to other teams. So something about where their practice stadium is located, and I think there is an electrical plant or something that's very close by. So they've been through a lot of injuries. The Eagles, all this drama early in the season. People talking about AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts not talking. Jalen Hurts and philosophies he throws out there. If we not talking, but everybody thinks we talking, we really are talking. So does that mean that we said anything? I don't know. We probably get a quote like that from Jalen Hurts. But you got an offense with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, and AJ Brown. At the end of the day, who's stopping that? I got the Eagles winning at home, handling business. I don't see the 49ers going in there and knocking them off. I got the Eagles advancing there. Chargers, Patriots, Sunday night. Dubs team, the Patriots. Drake May, straight out of Charlotte. There's a theme here. Panthers in the playoffs, hosting a playoff game. Drake May from Charlotte, leading the Patriots, looking like the heir apparent to the throne from Tom Brady. What can I say? Travion Henderson, you know what I'm saying? Beast. You got Stephon Diggs, over 1,000 yards receiving. I got the Patriots. I like the Chargers. I like Justin Herbert. He's a great young quarterback. He's not a game manager. He's a game changer. But Drake May is a gamer as well. I got to go with the Patriots and Drake May winning this football game. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. Texans, CJ Stroud head to Steel City to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now listen, this is the one thing you got to know about all of this. I saw this picture. I'm going to put this up here where it showed that final field goal from Tyler Luke and the Ravens. And in the middle of the goalpost, it has basically if he makes the kick, that Tomlin is getting fired. And on either side, it shows Harbaugh getting fired. Now, as we know, he missed the kick and Harbaugh got fired. And I think I think it's the right move, right? Dub and I'll probably talk about this at a later date. We'll talk about, Harbaugh and just kind of like, some of the sentiments from folks around the city and from the team and the possibility that he lost the locker room after a visit to the White House, etc. A lot of drama there. At the end of the day, it's time for change. Change is good. Change is the only constant. Mike Tomlin, on the other hand, one thing that's not going to change is that Mike Tomlin does not lose on Monday Night Football. He's got Aaron Rodgers. These guys are gelling. It's just like a vibe. Like you got an old school coach. You got an old school quarterback who's still in the game, still making it happen. And I thought Aaron Rodgers was done. I was at the game, paid good money to see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform because I'm in New York now. Paid great money to see him play the Buffalo Bills. First game of the season, second play of the game, maybe third play, goes down with an Achilles injury. I was just about to buy the Jets jersey. I'm glad I didn't buy that number 8 Jets jersey. Wouldn't have went anywhere. But I just think it's a great opportunity for Aaron Rodgers to get this one last chase in. I don't think he gets it because, again, you would have to go through the Bills. You would have to go through the Patriots. I don't see that happening. But I like the idea that A-Rod is in the playoffs. He's got one more opportunity to chase one down if this is going to be the last season. The Texans defense, however, is one of the best defenses in the league. They've stifled a lot of teams. On the other hand, CJ Stroud in that offense hasn't looked too prolific, right? Like they make big plays to Nico Collins, but outside of Nico Collins, you got Tank Dell, who's been out for the season. And to me, I just feel like if I gotta look at how this game would go, the matchup is definitely between the Steelers offense and the Texans defense, right? We know that the Texans defense is dominant. DK Metcalf is coming off this 2-game suspension. I think, there's a little fire in the belly to show and prove. And I think it's time, right? Like we know what DK Metcalf can do. He's a beast, size-wise, speed-wise, what have you. But I don't see him consistently dominate the way I used to see Steve Smith consistently dominate. I don't see him dominate the way Ocho Cinco used to dominate or Calvin Johnson. Um, any of these guys, man, I don't see that week in and week out. This is an opportunity for him to assert himself. He's going to be matched up in probably a tough matchup all game with Derek Stingley. Who can win that matchup between Derek Stingley and DK Metcalf? I think he's got to come up big. Calvin Austin has been pretty consistent throughout the season. I think A-Rod is really going to look for him, especially after the big plays that he made last week to get them to the playoffs. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to run the ball. They haven't, in my opinion, ran the ball very effectively all season. They're not going to do it against the Texans on Monday night, but it's going to come down to whether or not A-Rod can beat Father Time, whether or not DK Metcalf and that receiving core steps up. And I say that they step up. I got the Steelers keeping Mike Tomlin's streak alive and advancing to the next round in the playoffs.